Hi internet people. So this week-ish, I'm just gonna say this is a reading vlog. All of these have been reading vlogs so far, but this particular reading vlog is sort of a build up to Halloween. So I am gonna make sure that it's out before Halloween so you can get all of your fun, eerie, Halloween-y vibes, because I do have an idea for actual Halloween that I want to post specifically like on Halloween, and then I'm hoping to actually vlog what we get up to on Halloween. But that's all in the future. Today's intro is to explain to you what I'll be reading for the next few days. So this is totally themed, and I have all of the books in front of you, but you can't see them. So to start, the first book that I'm going to be reading, and by book I mean one particular story because I have read some of these a long time ago for like English classes. This is The Legend of Sleepy Hollow by Washington Irving. So there are other stories in here, like this is one of those like Washington Irving books. So there's like Rip Van Winkle, The Spectre Bridegroom, The Devil and Tom Walker. There's not a lot in here, so if I feel like it, I might read the whole thing. Plus the text is massive, just real big text. So I'm going to specifically read The Legend of Sleepy Hollow out of this one. And then I'm going to be reading two adaptations of Sleepy Hollow that are like future set. So they're set like in the present. They're not set during the time of Ichabod Crane. So the first one is called The Secret of Sleepy Hollow, and it is a twice told tale by Ylva. I think that's how you say it. And the author is Andy Marquette. This is a like queer publisher. I think they have primarily done like WLW or women loving women stories, but I don't think that's all they do. That's just like a big part of what they do. But the description of this story, and again, I've read most of these before. So I've read The Legend of Sleepy Hollow before. I read this book, but a very long time ago, like a few years. And so all of these are technically rereads, but it's been a bit. So this is the premise of this one. It's Tabitha, Abby Crane, a doctoral student working on her thesis, doesn't allow herself much time outside academia. Fortunately, she's managed to squeeze in a research trip over Halloween weekend to the Historical Society of Sleepy Hollow, New York, where she hopes to uncover new research on the notorious town's most infamous legend, that of the Headless Horseman. But she has a personal stake in this trip. Abby's own ancestor, Ichabod Crane, disappeared mysteriously over 200 years ago, perhaps at the hands of the ghostly Horseman. Abby has no reason to expect anything of Sleepy Hollow, beyond immersing herself in archival collections and enjoying its Halloween festivities. But then she crosses paths with Katie, who makes her head spin and her heart pound. When Katie invites her on a nighttime visit to the Glen, where the Horseman allegedly rides, Abby can't say no, upending her plans for a quiet research retreat. And when Abby and Katie, who has her own ties to the famous story, find what may be the key to the disappearance of Ichabod Crane all those years ago, love, legend, and magic intermingle, making clear that Sleepy Hollow has plans of its own for yet another Crane. So this is a retelling, of course. So the second book also includes ancestors of the original characters, which I think is so cool. So this is Raising the Horseman by Serena Valentino. I read this last year, but I kind of wanted to make it a point to read it every year because I don't want to show you anything too wild. Let's see. Here, it's prologue. The text in this is also huge because this is a YA book, but this is also kind of in the vein of The Secret of Sleepy Hollow. Now, The Secret of Sleepy Hollow I've had for a while again, but this one just came out last year, I believe, perhaps 2022. Yeah, 2022. Yeah, so last year. So I'm going to read you the premise for this one. Beware the Horseman. The 200th anniversary of the Headless Horseman's legendary haunting of Sleepy Hollow is approaching, but Cat Van Tassel wants nothing to do with the town's superstitious celebrations. As a descendant of the original Katrina Van Tassel, Cat knows she's expected to live up to her ancestors' legacy, but by someday marrying her longtime boyfriend and running the prestigious family estate. But Cat dreams of a life outside Sleepy Hollow. Then Cat meets Isadora, a new girl in town who challenges Cat to re-examine these expectations, open her eyes to the possibility that ghosts are real, and makes her question who she truly wants to be and be with. When Cat is given the original Katrina's diary, a new legend begins to take shape, one that weaves together the past and the present in an eerie way. Can Cat uncover a 200-year-old secret and trace its shocking reverberations to her own life in time to protect what she truly loves? So I'm very excited because these are both modern adaptations of the story that take the original, make it the base, and then create their own story out of it. So I did actually love both of these books already. So I know that I'm going to like rereading them, but I think it's just fun to like go back into a book that you've read before. And it's been a long time since I read this. So I am actually going to do a full Sleepy Hollow reading weekish. So I'm very excited to read these. And then once that's done, I can cue into my fun Halloween plans. So I hope you're ready for lots of Horsemen, lots of Smashed Pumpkins, and lots of, admittedly, queer crane love. So I hope you enjoy this vlog and stick around for all of the Sleepy Hollow excitement. Bye for now, internet people. Hello! It is technically Friday the 13th. It is after midnight. We have been working, oh, the puppies are very annoyed that it's so late. We've been working very intensely on reorganizing our entire downstairs because we just don't have, like, we had a layout that was working. They are so mad that I'm talking. But we just called it a night after redoing, like, we had moved everything around yesterday in our kitchen and our living room. We're officially done with reorganizing. We have some stuff that still needs like put away or like put together, but that is all done. I would have a reading update for you, but really I've only read 10 pages of Sleepy Hollow itself, which is a 30-page short story. I will have more reading time over the weekend, but I don't right now because I've been working, and you can tell because I have huge bags under my eyes. But we've redone our kitchen. I think you've seen parts of our kitchen before, but I now have, and I'm going to slide out of frame so you're not going to see me, but I now have this very cute coffee bar set up. So this is coffee stuff, soda stream. The candle's not lit, but it has a cute little jack-o'-lantern guy. And we also put the cats food and stuff under here. You don't really need to see that, but like it's under there. They have cat stuff in the kitchen, and they have cat stuff in the upstairs bathroom because they are finicky cats who need more than one litter box because they're a little particular. Then over here, I haven't really cleaned my stove, so we're staying far away. We have like toaster, rice cooker, some spices, my iPad's on the counter. Krista really wanted cereal dispensers, and they're super cute, and they currently have spooky cereals in them. So that's the Carbmella Creeper cereal that's green, and then that is some witchy cereal that my folks sent us, and then some little decor things. I did some dishes. There's some stuff over here. I'm not going too close over here because some of Krista's work stuff is over here. A little sign, it does light up, I just haven't lit it up. There's a cute little bear, some cookbooks. This thing is a prep deck, so it has a bunch of things that you use to like prep food. I just got it put together and everything today. And then little window, some stuffs. I'm gonna turn very quickly. The floor is a little messy because we have some stuff. There's just some like prep stuff down there. But this is some mugs, carts, us, little photos of us. And then we did an appliance cart, so our microwave is over here right now. Just some little stuff, and then like stuff you can see, you can't see is like some project stuff that Krista is going to use. We also put up art. Parker and Kira aren't up here, but that's Lily and Belle. And there's Brittany and Chloe. Parker and Kira are very upset about this. Krista just came downstairs. And we organized the living room. And the puppies are only not out because if they're not paid attention to, they sometimes pee. So they are in their crates, which are huge. Yeah, Krista found Bath and Body Works thing that we had out. We got some lights going. DVDs. Yes, we own a lot of DVDs because you know what? You never know what streaming service is going to have a thing at any given time.
Well, that, and I lived in Hubleton and we didn't have cable internet. We had a satellite dish that went out every single time it thought it was going to rain.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you didn't own it, you didn't watch it.
Yeah. So this is all, there's DVDs in like all of this. We're about to watch a DVD, but the extra strike is still happening, so I'm not telling you what we're watching, even though it might not count because it's animated. I don't know. And then we have games and some cleaning supplies and some Christmas ornaments. The black cabinet is for puppy stuff, various cubes. Yes, that is a litter box sitting right there, but we're not using it. It's just in here because we were organizing. And we were debating about downsizing the cats, but we decided against it because, again, the cats are particular. And because we've done a lot of hard work and it's October, we're going to play Pong because we sometimes do that because it's funny. And we thought we would play it, watch a movie. Oh yes. I showed the other ones. I'm gonna walk farther over. So this is Puppa art. I took this photo. It's very cute. This is more puppy art. This is a very fancy piece of art. Pan back this way. I already showed you above the couch.
Did you show them that?
Oh, maybe not. Oh, that was really fast. Behold the back of the couch, so that I don't give you vertigo. And then more art. We have some lights up, but I'm gonna decorate this whole credenza, I think it's called, with some stuff that's themed to this reading Sleepy Hollow stuff video. And going over, we're walking. I'm trying not to trip.
What did you get?
Yes, they saw some stuff over there. So much dust. There's us stuff. I edited those photos. And then little decoration-y things. Door. Some stuff we didn't take down. Yes, our banister is always decorated like that because I think it's cute. And I'm not taking it down because it's hard to put back. Then we have a little spot. And some art. And then I think that is everything. So we are going to put in a movie. And I'll talk to you later when I've actually read something. Alright, bye for now, folks. Hello! We are headed to a movie as a witch and her familiar. Meow. But we're by the water and it's really pretty. I'm gonna try and show you the water. It's very pretty, but we can't film there. So we're filming near and we're headed over. So we're very excited. We had a very filling dinner at the hotel next door. Meow. Alright, well, I'll talk to you later, people. Bye. Meow. Hi. So I don't really have much of an update for you. So I am about to make French toast, even though my camera doesn't want to focus on my face at its current angle. I'm making pumpkin spice French toast, which I made earlier this week. Really, the only thing, there was a gnat, that makes it pumpkin spice is I add a little bit of pumpkin spice latte creamer in place of milk. There's still milk in it. I just use a little bit of the creamer to like make it a little fancy. But really, I just thought I would check in because I didn't talk to you at all yesterday. And I like barely filmed anything the day before. We've just been like working really hard on the house and like organizing it and moving stuff around. And then on top of that, we've had like some plans, not like a ton of plans. I'm dipping toast in my mixture. Well, bread, it's not toast. So we've just been like really busy. And so it's just been like house stuff and running errands I have to do with house stuff. And then we wanted to have some time just like relax, but I haven't really read anything because I've been like pretty tired. We've been trying to catch up on Halloween movies, which we went to go see a Halloween movie at the actual movie theater, which was really fun. Because the interactive one we went to where we were dressed as a witch and her familiar wasn't exactly what we expected it to be. They tried to make it, I feel like, act like a Rocky Horror movie, because they're like, when these things happen, do this, but like they didn't have anyone in the front to like actually like prompt people, and like it's a lot of little kids, and like little kids weren't gonna remember a rattled off list of things. Like I didn't even really remember the rattled off list of things they wanted me to say during this movie, and the seats were really uncomfortable, which made us feel really old. So we left. A lot of people were leaving, which was really awkward because like there weren't actors at the front or anything. They just like started the movie after the actors did a lot of photos, and they're like, okay, the movie's starting, which we thought the actors were staying up front to like pretend to be their characters throughout and like prompt people to talk. But it's fine. We had a nice dinner beforehand. Like it was fun to go. It just like wasn't really what we expected. So we went and saw the movie at Regal instead. And then we've like watched some other movies at home. We FaceTimed Mary, who is a sister, and then what we call Ohio Mom, who is like my biological mom, but Krista and I are married, so everyone is our parent. So we FaceTimed them, and then after that we pretty much like went to bed because we were both really tired. And then today is football day, but before, oh, that one is stuck. But before games start, although I guess there was a weird game in London. We're gonna have breakfast and I'm making mimosas to go with French toast because I'm being fancy. Yeah, so I've only read like 2 chapters of the Secrets of Sleepy Hollow book, which I am planning to finish today. I'm actually hoping to finish that and at least get a hunk of Raising the Horseman done, just because I'm like super behind and I have so many books. I had 2 books coming at the library that I want to read. I have 2 Kindle books that I want to read. 3 of those are all happening next week, and then 1 I'm saving for Halloween. So I have plans for them, but like I'm excited to reread these books because it's been so long, but like it's just taking me forever to like get into anything because I'm like so sleepy. And like Kristen and I are both sick, so like we're getting over being sick, which means that we're both like really tired. So I don't really have a big update except like we redid our whole house. We went and saw Halloween movies that I can't talk about because the SAG strikes did, like, the CEOs just left, so they're still struck, and they have asked people to not like promote product, past, present, or future things, in solidarity. And since the CEOs just seem to like not care that the actors exist and like want to work, it's just annoying. So I'm just not gonna talk about stuff except books, and like vaguely hint at movies. I have to turn on a fan, so I'm gonna let you go. I will show you the French toast when it is done. But yeah, that is really everything right now. And I'll fill you in when I have more book content achieved. Oh no, this one broke. It's fine. So that's all I really have for you right now. So, sorry this is not like the most exciting of vlogs, because I can't really like talk about stuff or like show you things, because it's struck work product. So no, I'm not in SAG. It's just a solidarity thing. And yes, I understand people are still talking and posting and doing all the stuff with struck work product, but I just really want their strike to be over so we can go back to work. So yeah, but anyway, I will update you when I'm farther in with the Secret of Sleepy Hollow and hopefully the start of Raising the Horseman. I'm also planning on doing some Sleepy Hollow themed decorating, so I will show that to you, but I'm gonna go because that fan is annoying. Right, so bye for now, internet people. Behold, French toast. I'm gonna try and do this on camera. Let's see. Ooh, fun. All right, this is pumpkin spice whipped cream, I think. It's from Target. It's apparently like a huge deal. Or like people really, really liked it, so that's on top. And then we're doing mimosas. Krista's doing grapefruit. I hate grapefruit, but Krista loves grapefruit, so hers is grapefruit. And mine is an apple cider mimosa. So I'm gonna run Krista's upstairs and then come get mine. Yeah, and then I was watching Gabby. I had like a whole list. So I was watching Rachel Maxey, and then I watched Radis or Rabbit. And then I started at Gabby's, but I'm not gonna be able to finish that till later. So we're gonna go eat this breakfast. So I'll talk to you later, and hopefully with official book updates at that point. All right, bye again, internet people. Hello from the office. So today I cooked breakfast, which you saw. I cooked lunch, and I cooked dinner because we're behind on our, we get every plate. We got behind because we were on vacation and we ate like super random hours of the day. It was a whole thing. But now we're caught up so that I only have to cook dinner Monday and Tuesday before our new box comes. But I'm here to give you a little bit of insight into the Secret of Sleepy Hollow. I only have 40 pages left, and some of this is going to get spoilery. So what we have followed so far is Abby Crane, or Tabitha Crane, is a descendant of Ichabod, who has been researching sort of legends in their relationship to the dynamics of like society, certain cities, and she wants to do something on Sleepy Hollow, which makes sense. She's related to Ichabod. So she's doing research at this historical society. There's a woman named Lou who is like helping her go through the records, bringing her information, and then she meets Katie. Katie, I'm going to reveal to you, is a Van Tassel. She is named Katrina, but she always goes by Katie. And the two of them have met and they've really hit it off. And Abby is definitely feeling sparks, but she thinks they're just friends. And we don't know. She knows that Katie is single at this point in the story, but just like doesn't think anything's gonna happen, even though she's like really, really into her. So during her research, she's noticed that like Ichabod sort of just disappears from original Katrina's letters to a cousin named Joanna. Now Joanna so Katie's like, I have a theory about Joanna, let me know when you get to it, like get to her letters and we can talk about it. And the idea is that Joanna is gay, and has probably a significant other named Margaret, who is like she is actually her significant other, because the way she writes about her doesn't fit like a dynamic of like they're related, or just close friends. So they're a couple, and Katrina goes to visit them periodically, but the issue is because she goes to visit them, she keeps some things that she wants to keep secret out of her letters. Like she says she's learned something about Ichabod, but she'll tell her in person, so there's no record of it. And then Ichabod, when he disappears from the letters, seems to be replaced by someone named Elizabeth. So where we are in the story, they think that Elizabeth is sort of a go-between possibly for Ichabod and Katrina, that maybe Elizabeth helped Katrina get out of town. Their theory right now is that Katrina pretended to be the Horseman to cover up that Ichabod was running, but that's all they've really gotten into. They have gotten into the theory that Ichabod was not all that he appeared. I'm not going to tell you too much because like it's a short book, so I don't really want to spoil a ton, but they do have a theory about Ichabod, and why he had to leave town. And they have just been passed by a headless horseman, but it's odd because it seems there are two horsemen running during this event that's happening. And the second one is rude, like almost ran them off the path. They don't know what's going on. So it is possible that an actual ghost chased them through the glen. So we shall see. I'm going to finish it up tonight for sure. And then I'll fill you in tomorrow morning probably. And then I'll start raising the horsemen, and I have plans to do my Sleepy Hollow decorating, and I'm going to tell you a very fun Sleepy Hollow themed personal story while I do the decorating. So my goal is to finish this tonight, start raising the horsemen, then fill you in on raising the horsemen tomorrow. So that is all for now, internet people, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Hello. You're going to hear random music and cats. One of my cats is now, they're both looking at me. So Binks and Salem are eating and drinking water respectively. And they were like, who are you talking to? I'm making coffee. Today's a very busy work day because I was out for like a week. It was intentional, like a bunch of people were on maternity leave, so those of us who were not on leave were given the opportunity to take extra time off, which was nice, to keep us from burning out. So I'm just making coffee, and then I gotta get to work because there's a lot to do. But I did want to tell you that I finished The Secret of Sleepy Hollow, which I had completely forgotten parts of the ending. So I did remember a lot of it while I was reading it, because it's one of those books that once you read it once, you kind of like know the twist. But I had forgotten that there's a sex scene, and that the book goes from October to December. So most of the book is set around October, so it's a great fall read. Then there's a mention of Thanksgiving happening because, but no one's in Sleepy Hollow. Like, both Abby and Katie are away for, I'm gonna push this button, for Thanksgiving. And they both come back for Christmas because Katie invites Abby to be with her for Christmas. So they like finish up some research, and that's kind of it. And then like we see the Horseman again. So it's very cute. It's a super cute story. You could read it in October, November, December, anywhere in there, and I think it would be a good read. And it's just short. It's cute, short, but it is, I think even an older teenager could read it. It does have some kissing. There is a sex scene, but it's not like an elaborate, like wild sex scene. So I think you'd be okay. And I started reading, well, rereading Raising the Horseman. And I am on chapter 9, or page 99, not chapter 99. So I have like 200 pages left. And I forget parts of this. I remember bits and pieces. So we've met Kat, who is one of the Katrinas. So in this setup, the Van Tassel's Katrina, the original Katrina, in her will stated that all the Van Tassel money would go to a Katrina. So the eldest Katrina will inherit. So each family always has a Katrina. It seems like typically the Katrina is a single daughter, which is interesting because they don't really mention like uncles, aunts, other siblings. There could be, but they really just focus on the Katrinas. On top of you having the name Katrina, the Van Tassel wealth passes to the to the Katrina, and then her husband or spouse must take the last name Van Tassel. So there's always the Van Tassel name, and Katrina is always Katrina Van Tassel. Her name never changes, which is not the same in The Secret of Sleepy Hollow. You learn that the Van Tassel name has gone away a few times because like there are Van Tassels, but they're married, so they have different last names. In this, there is always a Katrina Van Tassel. There's always a celebration called The Longest Twilight for the original Katrina. And then there's a harvest ball. There's always been a harvest ball, which is mentioned in the original story. So in this one, we're following Kat, who is the only Katrina who doesn't look like the original Katrina. She's sort of thin, she has dark hair, she's not like the buxom blonde with like peachy skin. So she looks very different. She is dating a guy. It's a little tumultuous. It fits a lot with the story we learn of Brom and the original Katrina, where they also had this sort of like, it was just assumed they would be married, much like with Kat currently, but that the boyfriend in question is sort of pulling away or acting differently. So that's happening in this too. And what we're getting is Kat's story and Katrina's story, because Katrina had a diary and it was given to Kat by her mother Trina, because she says there's a lot of the original Katrina in you, and I think that this will be helpful. So she's reading that now. We've also been introduced to Isadora Crow, and in this story, I will say Ichabod is consistently called Mr. Crow by Katrina, the original Katrina's father. So there's this like Crow mention, but not specifically to Isadora. There are cats trying to jump up here and steal my coffee. So that's where I am right now. Kat and Isadora have hit it off. They met at this like weird party thing that Kat's boyfriend was throwing in the cemetery, and like they wanted her to summon the original Katrina, and it was like a whole thing. She's very sure the Horseman was there. Actually she doesn't, she thinks it was just a horse, but everyone's like, the Horseman was here, the Horseman was here. And Isadora was terrified. So that's where I am. I'm really excited to read more of this because I remember really liking this when I read it the first time, and it's helpful that I don't remember everything. Like my brain just didn't hold on to a lot of it, because I remember there being a lot of like twisty things that happen. I remember one of them for sure, which is fine. But I'm excited to read more of this, but I need to get to work. So that's where I am right now. Hopefully I can finish reading The Horseman tonight. And then I also want to decorate my themed area in the house, and tell you a fun story while I'm doing that. So I'm gonna let you go. I'll be back with decorating and book updates later tonight. All right, bye for now, internet people.
What am I looking at here?
Oh, this is the Sleepy Hollow display, which could be broken at any moment by a dog or a cat. Only small benefit is the large one in the middle arrived broken. You just can't tell. And so did the little tiny one. I super glued that one back together. This one, the base is just broken, so he's hidden.
So didn't have the best of luck when ordering items.
Yeah. And probably not in capturing them on film because they're so dark. There's no lights in this room besides the one behind us, so everything is like backlit kind of.
Talk to me about the pieces here.
Okay. This is an Ichabod Crane tombstone that Krista got online.
From?
Michael's.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is from At Home, which we actually bought in store. There are puppies playing behind me.
We actually bought that at TJ Maxx.
Yeah, sorry, this is TJ Maxx. That At Home thing is actually not down here because I had to take it upstairs. This is TJ Maxx. The candles are from At Home, that's what it is.
Yep.
The little lights are from Michael's. These ones are little tombstones. And these are candy corns. And the pumpkins are really old and from Target. And then this guy is technically from At Home, but that's not where we got him, and that is why he arrived broken. Because someone is shady. And then this is from Michael's. And then this.
It's from an Etsy store.
Yeah, but it's from, like, someone didn't make it, I don't think. Like, it's from a Michael's or something.
Or like Walmart, I think. That was Walmart's version.
But yeah. But this one had to be super glued back together. And then this guy just has a broken end of his base, so you can't tell it's covered up. And then the table runner thing There are two of them. One has gnomes on it that you can't see now, and then now it has spiderweb lace on top, and that was from Walmart, maybe? We grabbed it while we were shopping. It was on sale. But that is everything, which is fitting in theme with the books I was reading, which I did finish, so all the books are done, which is good. All the dogs are looking at me. They don't understand what's going on.
So who's this?
That's Kira. And then that's Chloe.
Oh,
And
look at the people at home.
no.
No.
And then Parker just wants water and is over there.
Parker.
And Bruni doesn't know what's going on and is staring. But that's everyone. I don't know where the cats are.
Hi, Parker. Parker's trying to eat the camera.
Yeah. Well, Parker doesn't even understand what the camera is.
That's a good boy. It's a pretty boy. Look, a Parker and Chloe. Ah,
Yeah, now he's
Spoke too soon.
because he wants the camera.
spoke too soon. Ah. So you met 4 of the 7 reasons why this may only stay up for as long as we're down here to protect it.
Yeah. One of the cats, whose name is Binks, climbed on top of it while I was putting everything up, and he almost knocked everything over. Bane will probably do the same thing, but he's not down here. And Salem is taking a nap, but she'll climb on this. She might not knock anything over, but she'll poke everything. And the dogs are down here unsupervised during the day, which is bad for breakables. Hi, Parker. Parker's trying to climb under my legs. But yes, so that's the stuff. And I said we were decorating a theme, which was the plan. We just planned to have it on our mantle, but we didn't move the TV like we thought we were going to, and now there's no room.
Yeah, because that would block the
yeah.
TV. That's the mantle.
Yeah, so it wouldn't work. So it's here for now, but it's probably gonna have to come down before we go to bed, which is a little annoying because the lights were a little tricky to put up, but I'd rather them not get broken. So you'll see them for now, and then they're gonna disappear forever into a box, never to be seen again. Much like Ichabod Crane. So there you go. It's all in theme. The entire display will just poof. God. But anyway, I will catch you up on books and things later because Krista is holding the camera. So we'll probably pack all of this up and then I will do an actual ending of the video. I also made cookies, but they're not in here and I'm not going to go get them because they're in the kitchen. But that is it for now, internet people. So I'll fill you in on books later. Bye. Hi. So this is the official outro. I had grand plans to film this while I was decorating, and our downstairs doesn't have any light in one half of the room. Like there's just not a light in any way. When we moved into the house, when we toured it originally, like 3 years ago, they just had like a weird like candelabra with tea lights in it in the room that we use as a living room. So there's no light in there, and we have these little like side lights that are like drilled into the wall. They're like sconces, but they can't rotate far enough. So there's no way to light that room. So I turned on all the lights from the decorating and it was still really dark. So Krista was like, well, I want to like show off what you did and like have you explain stuff. So we did that. You guys see the dogs. We're gonna take all of that down very soon because someone will break it. They're really fragile, which you wouldn't think, but they're like hollow ceramic. So it's not even really ceramic. All of them are breakable. All the Horsemen are breakable. Like the candles aren't. The tombstone seems pretty solid, so I think it would be okay, but literally the Horsemen are so breakable that they can't be out there. Someone will destroy them. So I have to move all of that and put it away, which sucks because it would be nice to have it up for Halloween, but like I don't want to have it all up and then have it get broken. So it's fine. It'll just come down. You all got to see it. I will probably take a cute picture of it before I go to bed. But that'll be it for the display. It's really why we don't really decorate, because just like a ton of people do decorate with pets. I'm sure they've found ways, but we just have so many and they get into so many things. It's really hard. So we don't really, just out of necessity, because it just, you don't want a cool thing you bought to get broken on accident just because you put it up. So yeah, it's fine. It looked cool. I will get photographic proof that it existed. But anyway, books. I promised to talk about books, and also why this is going to be Sleepy Hollow, a queer love story. I'm also a little flushed. Yes, I made cider, like hot spiked cider. And I always flush a little. I also cooked a lot. Like I cooked dinner and then I baked. I made these, the like pre-cut sugar cookies with an Oreo in the middle. Very, very good. Very filling. But they took forever to bake, which was surprising. But anyway, book. Raising the Horseman, which is over here now. I already put it away. In that, I had already told you that Isadora and Kat were reading Katrina's diary. What we have learned is Ichabod Crane is a jerk. Blake has become a jerk. And all the spirits of Sleepy Hollow kind of are in the balance of everything that's going on. It is a very good book. Isadora and Kat are really fun together. Kat's parents are amazing. It is a very good YA Halloween-y book. I highly recommend it. I don't want to give too much away because it is actually pretty surprising. We learned so much about Katrina and it's very cool. You will detest Ichabod Crane by the end of it though. He's so awful. But I highly recommend it. So the reason that I really want to read Sleepy Hollow books is not actually because I have previously in my life, before Krista ever really been into Sleepy Hollow, like I'd read the story, but like I never watched the cartoon. I've seen clips of it now that I'm older, but I've never watched it. I have seen the Tim Burton movie, but it's not like a thing I watch all the time. But actually, Krista and I used to meet in Columbus, Ohio while we were dating long distance. So there's an airport there. It's only 2 hours away from where I was living. So I lived with my parents and it was pretty easy for me to get up to Columbus. So is it up or down from them? I think it's down. Anyway, down to Columbus. So we'd meet there. And there's a lot to do there. There's like, it's a college town. So there's like lots of things. There's like upscale places. It's very fun. Like you can do a lot of walking around and see a lot of things. There's sometimes karaoke. We saw Rocky Horror there. Like so many things. Well, one year, actually before we were dating, Christy came to visit and I got us tickets to go to the Sleepy Hollow experience at the Ohio History Connection, which still happens. So if you live near Columbus or in Columbus, it's really fun. They have a historical village. They set it up as Sleepy Hollow and then they have like, they have a reading of the story. They have a headless horseman ride through. But they also do, or they did when we went, they had like a little like psychic know your fortune area because it's like eerie, you get your fortune told, that kind of thing. So we did a few of them. They were kind of silly. One was like the cheese that is most like you, which was really odd. And we went to one and I don't remember if it was like, it might have been room reading or something. I don't remember. But we like went to this tent, we walked in together and they're like, oh no, we do one at a time. Like one of you will have to go out. And so Krista went first and then I went after her. And when I went, the woman was like doing whatever my reading was. And she was like, oh, there's someone who lives far away and you've recently met, but they're going to be in your life forever. And I looked at her and I was like, wait, did the woman who was in here before like tell you anything? Like was she talking to you about like her personal life or anything? And she was like, oh no, like I just did her reading. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And she was like, oh, and I was like, well, the person before me, at the time, my just friend, not wife, Krista, I was like, oh, we just met a few months ago because we had met in March and it was October. And I was like, and she lives pretty far away. She's just visiting. So that's just interesting. And she goes, oh, I thought you guys were like college friends or something. Like what you've just met her kind of recently? And I was like, yeah, pretty recently. She didn't mention any of this to you. And she was like, oh, no. And she's like acting super weird and like uncomfortable. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go. And I go out and I was like, hey, did you tell her that we like met in March or like you live far away? And she was, oh no, like I mentioned we were friends, but I didn't say like when we met or like that I was visiting from far away or anything. And I was like, oh, that's so weird. Because the woman genuinely seemed like super creeped out that I was like, oh, that makes total sense. Which makes me question her abilities as a psychic, but also makes me think of like all those times that they're like, it's like a fake psychic in a show and then the psychic suddenly has this like wave of things and you're like, oh my gosh. It was just really weird and wild and bizarre and wonderful all at the same time because I mean, we're married now. Like, I should find that psychic and tell her. I wonder if she'd be shocked or if she saw it coming. But that is what kind of motivated me to want to do a Sleepy Hollow thing and to focus on queer retellings of the story because it just feels closer to us than the original slightly verbose version from Irving. But that is really all I wanted to talk about. So, asthma. It's getting late, so I can tell I'm already like scratchy. So I'm gonna go and take my evening medication because I need to do that. But I just wanted to talk about all of that and share why I picked Sleepy Hollow for a pre-Halloween little reading vlog. So I hope you check out the books that I mentioned. Raising the Horseman and The Secret of Sleepy Hollow are both very good. One is probably easier to get than the other. Raising the Horseman is probably slightly easier to get your hands on. So if you can, definitely check those out. Share any of your October or like Halloween-y traditions or something that's like special to you that ties into October. I would love to hear about them. You can find me on Instagram at ClefGoEverAfter, and you will probably be able to find that photo of this display. But I'm gonna go because I am losing my voice. So bye for now, internet people.